Hi, welcome back to Bravo Mazel Mash, brought to you by S.W.O.R.D, the superior world of reality discussion. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Daniel.
And before we get to Bravo, 1 second. I'm going to throw Daniel under the bus.
Hey!
Sorry. We also like Ink Master on Spike. Because
God!
Because I'm tattooed. My husband's tattooed. We have a lot of tattoos in the family. Let me tell you. Daniel's not known for being particularly verbose, like talking a lot. But I have not gotten him to shut up all week about Ink Master this week. He was so ticked off by the show, he muted it and stormed out of the house and then bitched for about 90 minutes straight about why he hates certain people and just get them off the show. You know, I don't like them. So who did you hate most on that show?
The flippin' bearded judge. I don't know.
Right, no, I know, but which contestant do you hate?
Oh, S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah. So I have sat on this all week. Guess who got voted off?
S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
He stormed out of the house before the fight. Like, he was like, I hate S.W.O.R.D. I can't stand him, blah, blah, blah. And, like, he sat there and bitched for so long. I missed the end of the show. So I had to watch it again at, like, 2 in the morning. And I'm like, wait, the guy Daniel was so mad about being on the show was the one that got voted off. I've never heard him talk so much in my life as I did about that show. Oh, but this tattoo was better. And why do they keep doing that when they choose that tattoo? It didn't even look like an alligator. Alligators are gray, not brown. He was so mad. Oh my God. So yeah, they ended up, the guy with the overalls, I always forget his name, and St. Mark had to do a header because they were the two on the cutting block, chopping block. Right. And so they had a challenge where they had to tattoo a heart, like a real human heart, not like a stupid, like, heart. And they had to do it like within like, I don't know, like an hour or something. And they came back and St. Mark did his stupid black thing. That was the puppy yawning. He's cute. And St. Mark did his like dark hued black and grays. That's what he always did. And he got voted off. Bye-bye. See you later. Can't vote off the judges. You're stuck with the bearded judge. Sorry. He's like one of the most world famous tattooers. I don't remember his name, but that's why he's a judge. So, Princess, my little yawner. She's tired. Okay, so anywho, that was totally sidetracked, but I had to throw Daniel under the reality show bus.
I'm pretty sure tattooing is not really reality.
Huh? Well, I have tattoos and not in an alternate dimension. It's here. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like a reality show. Well, it's like a game show kind of, like, but it's a reality show. Ink Master is a reality show. See? They have to go away from their homes and live there for like however long that they're not voted off the island or out of the ink studio or whatever. But yeah, so on to Bravo. Daniel refused to watch Mother Funders this week, even though it was the finale.
I don't care.
And so poor Daniel is like watching a rerun of the OC on his iPad. And meanwhile, I'm screaming, oh my God, Carla's staying on as president. And he's like, oh, will you shut up? I don't want to know. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, oh my God, she's not coming back. And he's like, what are you talking about?
No, that was Xander.
Oh, yeah, my 11-year-old who was watching a movie. He's like, why do you keep yelling? I don't even know what you're yelling at me about. I'm like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Daniel. But yeah, it was, that was a crazy show.
I hope that show never comes back.
Well, I don't know how it possibly could. None of the people on the board are coming back.
Like one, you said.
Well, okay, LaShawn, who, okay, I found it hysterical that Carla, who was the president and the one we really didn't like, was supposed to be naming her successor or her recommendation for the next president because her kids are going on to middle school. And so she had LaShawn and Amber B basically kissing her butt and doing all like the dirty chores for like weeks now to try and get her vote as the recommendation. And she said at the final gala, I'm going to announce my successor, blah, 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 blah. So they get to the gala, and Carla gets up onto the podium to give her little speech. And I think personally, see, LaShawn, the gala was like the big event, right? Because black tie, people paid $75 a plate. And, Carla got there like 3 hours early to do all the setup, like decorate the tables and everything. LaShawn showed up 2 hours late. And the only one that came kind of sort of close to being on time was Amber B, but she was like an hour and a half late. So I kind of wasn't surprised that Carla didn't give a recommendation. I think if LaShawn had gotten there at the 3 hour time mark that she said, because she had texted Carla saying, I'm on the highway, and didn't come for another 3 hours. And Carla was like, well, what highway is she on that she couldn't get here in time? Is she in Florida? But, oh yeah, the other thing I screamed at you was that Cynthia Bailey was on Mother Funders attending this stupid event. Yay.
Yay.
Apparently Cynthia's still not rich because they didn't really raise that much money at this event. I think they raised like $4,000. And considering it was $75 a plate, that's saying something. But, so yeah, that was Mother Funders. So, but what I found hysterical was Robin had raised her $15,000 at her private little weirdo redneck golfing event. And then, so she like got up in front of the whole audience because, she wanted to make a spectacle about giving the check. So she could be like, oh, you raised your little $4,000. Here's my $15,000 in your face, biatches, right? But the way she did it was basically like an FU, not to Carla. It came off as like an FU to everyone in the room.
Whoa.
Because Carla wasn't even in the room. And then she was like, I just want to give you my check for $15,000. And that's all I got to say. Robin out. And like threw the microphone on the floor and like stormed off, which kind of seemed like so fuck you. Right? So at the end of every season finale on Bravo, they always have the little like update paragraph on where are they now? What's going on? And it said, Carla chose not to run for the president of the elementary school again. She's choosing instead to run for middle school president, where her kids are going to be going. Shazon, the vice president's not even going to be on a board, apparently. And Robin, who made a big deal about running for president because she wanted to take over for Carla and do the board the way she wanted, didn't get elected. She was the one who ran, and she didn't even get elected. I told you, that town has got to hate them. Like, I'm not surprised.
Well, what I'm wondering if that town's never gonna let Bravo film Mother
Probably
Funders.
not. I'm assuming because it's supposed to be like some small town in the South, and you can't hide anything in a small town. So
No.
you do one bad thing and it follows you the rest of your days. So I don't know. I think if they're going to do another Mother Funders, it would have to be a different PTO. I don't think it would be that town and that PTO. It would have to be somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm not sure that town would. No.
And I don't think so. Because let's face it, Robin raised a lot of money, but
I was going to say, wait, Carla did raise.
Well, she raised $4,000. That's not that. That's nothing to sneeze at, but it's not $15,000.
And how?
But Robin mostly raised the $15,000 by getting everybody drunk, and I'm not sure that's appropriate for raising money for an elementary school.
Well, it was an adult-only party.
Yeah, but the point was to raise money for an elementary school. I wouldn't host an elementary school function at a strip club. Sure, you could make a lot of money, but it doesn't really seem appropriate. Hey, I hired you a bunch of hookers, but you got to pay them $2,000 an hour so we can raise money for 7-year-olds. Doesn't seem right somehow.
Well, you got to get money somehow.
But you got to draw the line in the sand somewhere.
For Robin, I don't think that even matters to her.
No, I don't think so either. Slightly redneck. Considering at some point during the season she said that she thought Nicorette should sponsor an elementary school PTO.
What's...
Nicorette is so you can quit smoking. That's classy right there. That's all I gotta say. All right, anyway. On to which one? OC or New York? What do you want to do first?
New York.
Yeah, I have to say, I thought it was kind of like a blah season finale. Well, first of all, why does their season end so soon?
Yeah, it was like their 19th episode for that season.
Yeah, it just seems like Atlanta goes on for friggin' ever. I think they have like 27 episodes or something.
That's because they want to torture you, Mom.
Yeah, it's all about me. They're torturing me. Nobody else in America, just me. Or the world, for that matter. Yeah, so I don't know. What did you think of, excuse me, the season finale?
I think it was good.
Like, the whole point of a season finale is usually there's some
big fight.
Big something. Dun, 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 end of the show. Ooh, can't wait for the reunion. And let's face it, the biggest fight was the shade that Carol and Luann were throwing on each other. Yeah, and I wouldn't bring my little boy toys home to meet the kids. Oh, that's right, because you don't have any kids. Like, whoa, all right, harsh. And then the little, like,
and then there was
nose in the air from Sonia about the whole
microwave oven.
Oh my
thing.
God. It's not a microwave, it was a toaster.
Whatever, toaster, microwave.
It was a fiction of her imagination, so who cares? But I don't think Kristen should have gotten shit for that, because she was asked the question. It's not like she brought it up. It's not like she was like, oh, she did a great fashion line, but man, that toaster oven, we're never going to see it. Like, it's not like that. It was, the reporter was asking her about her nail polish line and then asked her, do you think she's ever going to come out with a toaster? And if you watched the clip of where the actual interview happened, Kristen kind of said, oh, you know, I wish you would. I love my toaster. And she went on and on about herself and her own toaster to kind of cover up the toaster that never was from Sonia. So I think that for Sonia to turn that around and be like, how dare you say in the press that I will never release a toaster oven when I have so many accomplishments. Somewhat, I'm sure that I have a boat that Pete Diddy has been on in my dreams. Pete Diddy said he's never been on a boat with Sonia, by the way. She said that, or a yacht, excuse me. In one of the season finales, she said, Pete Diddy's been on my yacht. I know that she was bitching at Heather. She was like, I know you used to work for Pete Diddy, but he's come to party on my yacht. And then Pete Diddy was on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was like, so did you ever really go on Sonia's yacht? And he's like, no, I don't even know who she is. So yeah.
Ouch.
Not so
That's
much.
a sting.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was a bit anticlimactic, where it was a little like, all right, so when are we gonna get to like the glass throwing, bitch slapping?
To be honest, I think the toaster oven fight was probably the.
I don't know. I think that the only line of the show that I enjoyed was Heather telling Bethany she's a bitch, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, she said that. I don't mean it in a bad way.
I don't mean that in a bad way. You're a bitch, but own it. It's okay. Millie's like, wait, what just happened? I don't understand. I mean, let's face it, that's how most of us feel after Bethany stops talking. So it was kind of good that she got a little bit of it back. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Ramona and Bethany are ever going to be like
besties again.
Ever? I don't think they ever were. I mean,
I thought they were like
years ago. They never really liked each other. They've never liked each other. Like, it's never been like they tolerate each other on vacations and stuff, just like they did this year. But it's always been like Ramona being kind of cuckoo bird and Bethany being like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? You're crazy. Except for she has to be like, you're crazy, and you're going on Crazy Island, and you got to take a boat there, and then you got to take your shoes off before you get in the sand because you can't get sand in your shoes. I mean, it's really uncomfortable. And then you got to go on the beach because there's men on the beach, and you want to take off your bathing suit, but you don't want to go naked because, you know, your boobs might sack.
Okay.
Because, you know, that's how Bethany is. She had just come out and be like, dude, I don't like you, and I think you're, like, stupid. Right? I mean, yeah. I don't know. What? Okay, so Andy has been making a massive thing about the New York reunion for weeks now. I mean, I heard him mention it like when he filmed it, which was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he was like, oh, it's going to be like the best reunion ever of like any Housewives reunion. And, oh, we thought the girls were going to come to blows because they were so like angry at each other and this and that and whatever. I don't know. I mean, from such a placid finale, I'm not sure.
And only 19 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, what's it going to be like? You sleeping with a 20-year-old? Don't call him 20. That's demeaning. He's 22.
And not like that, but it's like only 19 episodes.
Exactly. I mean, how much can you hate someone in only 19 episodes? But yeah, I don't know.
What are they going to do for a 3-part reunion?
Oh my God, if they make it 3 parts.
Well, there were the 3 parts of Beverly Hills reunion. There were 3 parts of Atlanta reunion.
You know, they used to do it all in one day. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am, gotten it over with.
Until like last year.
Drag it out for 3 parts. Like, it wasn't that interesting a season, which I hate because New York's one of my favorite franchises. So I don't like that it's not. It's just kind of been like, meh.
Yeah.
Meh. Yeah, you're going to see Carol and Luann hate on each other. Great.
Look on the bright side. At least Heather's not coming back for next season.
True. Yay. I wonder who they'll get to replace her. Do you think Dorinda's going to come back? Or she was like, dude, you bitches are crazy. Because she's got that, like, cigarette voice. I don't like it. Why are you yelling? Stop yelling! Because that's what she does. She, like, tells girls not to be backstabbing bitches and don't yell, and then she yells and backstabs everybody. I don't know.
Honestly, iffy. It's kind of iffy.
Well, that clears it up.
Because everyone was like talking dirt about John and
well, she can't be surprised by that, honestly, because it seems like a lot of that dirt's been thrown for a long time.
What about Kristen? Do you think she's coming back?
I bet you she hopes she's coming back. I mean, they haven't said she's not coming back, but they don't usually announce that until right before they start filming the next season. So, I don't know. Kim hasn't been arrested this week. Good props, Kim. Good going. You've made it like 14 days out of jail. Awesome sauce. I can't wait till the OC goes back. Oh, and they're starting to show the commercials for what's coming up in September to replace like New York and stuff like that. And I can't wait because $1 Million Listing LA is coming out, and it's pretty much my favorite of the $1 Million Listings. I love that one. That's so cool. And then what else is coming out?
Below Deck.
Well, that's coming out in a couple weeks. Like that's like the 25th. Something else was coming out, and I was like, oh my God, oh, Ladies of London. Yay.
I know it started with an L.
Because let's face it, Shade just sounds so much better with a British accent. You know, I just love the commercial. It's like, did you just straddle my husband? Oh, he loved it, darling. Like, really? That's so classy. You know, and then they're like all about being social climax. She's desperate. It's fabulous. I love Ladies of London. It's basically the Real Housewives of London. Let's face it. Except for half of them are American and half of them are English. I don't know. I wonder if that, what's her name? I always wanted to call her Clarice.
Well, do it.
Clarice. Her name is I don't remember what her name was. Charisse, the former has-been supermodel from like 1982.
How the hell should I know?
I don't remember. She was like weirdly knocked. She was pregnant last season, and her surrogate was pregnant too.
Her what?
The surrogate. Remember what a surrogate is? It's somebody who has a baby for you because you can't have a baby or whatever. So you basically rent out her womb.
Wow.
For 9 months. So she had a surrogate in America because, you know, I guess it's not cool or
illegal.
Uncouth. It's not illegal in England to have a surrogate. But like for some reason she was stashing her in America because, you know, she's such a high profile, like celebrity, you know. But then she got knocked up. So she was giving birth like within 2 weeks of her surrogate, which is just weird. I'm sorry. Yeah, like you pay all that money to go through the in vitro and this and that and whatever, and you finally get a surrogate, but you get knocked up at the same time. Like, how did that happen? Well, I mean, I know how that happened, but
maybe she wanted twins.
For real? Dude, that's not twins. They're coming from different bodies, dumbass.
You don't know.
What? Yeah, yes, I do know. It's called biology. Oh my god. I failed in every way possible with you, haven't I? Maybe I should have you watch more of the Discovery Channel and less Bravo. Yeah. So, anywho, they'd be Irish twins, what they call Irish twins. That's your siblings born within a 12-month period. I'm not really sure why they're Irish. I mean, why not Japanese twins? Like, the Irish like to get it on? Is that what it is? I don't get it. The Irish women are drunk enough to not care that they just shot out a kid. They gotta get knocked up again. I don't get it. But anywho, all right, OC. Oh, bejeebies.
Okay, I gotta say, what was Megan wearing at the last part?
Freaking God.
It was so hideous.
Yeah, it was. It was really ugly. That weird, like, scarf moment she was having from, like, 1968. It wouldn't have been so bad if it didn't have that bizarre, gigantic embellishment. Like, it'd be nice if it had, like, a little pin or something. Okay, no, that would still be ugly. But, you know, just a plain bandana would have been weird, but not quite as hideous as that, like, big patch thing in the middle of her, bedazzled, in the middle of her head. And it was almost bigger than her head was. She's such a twat. I can't stand her.
You think?
I really can't stand her. I live for the moment when Shannon will bitch slap her. I really do.
Oh, yeah, that would be hilarious. Maybe she'll do that at the reunion.
That would be awesome. And cathartic, I'm thinking.
Maybe she'll do that in the reunion.
Yeah.
That would be cool. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining in a moment. Hold on. It'd be awesome. I mean, it would probably be accidental as Shannon was turning to storm out of the room. Her hand would just kind of like, ah! And accidentally like smack her. And it would be completely unintentional because Shannon's like all like, oh no, that's bad for my karma. But boy, would that be television worth watching. Because you know, little friggin' Megan. Okay, let me just say, Skeletor much? She is the scrawniest, like, not in a good way. There's a point of starvation where you don't have female curves or human ones anymore. And from the back, you just look like one of them, like, Ethiopian starving people they used to have the pictures of in Africa from, like, 1980, like the, what was that? Like the Michael Jackson concerts where they'd be like, feed the world. And they did the first We Are the World concert, Feed Africa or whatever the hell it was called. You wouldn't know, it was from the 80s, but
yeah, I have no idea.
You've heard the song We Are the World, though, because it's a classic. But, like, people who are literally dying of malnourishment, from the back, you can literally just see their hip bones. They don't have an ass anymore. They don't have hips anymore. They're just bones. And that's a bit like what Megan looks like. I mean, give the bitch a cheeseburger.
No, give her
French
5
fries.
cheeseburger.
Give her some milkshakes. Keep her from going and puking in the bathroom. You'd think Vicky would be skinnier, you know, how often she's puking, but yeah, apparently at some point it doesn't work anymore. But damn, girl, like, that's not attractive at all. And she had to know that going on a trip with wives who have children with ex-husbands wasn't going to go over very well when she spent most of the trip trying to relate to them by saying, boy, I kind of wish that my ex-wives were dead so I could have their kids. Like, you know, because she followed it up with, oh, but I love my husband's ex-wives and the moms of the kids. They're awesome. You know, except for that second one. Let's just say she's a cold bitch and I hate her. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no. The only one you get along with is the last one because she had one foot in the grave. We can all like someone for a short period of time. Like, I just don't get it. And let me tell you, as a homeschooler, Megan needs to learn to tough it out. If she's going to have a homeschooler, you're going to have public schoolers, parents, who've actually popped out kids or, you know, paid the money to adopt them. Who are going to tell you, what the hell, you're screwing up your kid. Why? Because parents always think they're right. And they also think, well, if you're not doing it the way I did it, you must be wrong. Not only wrong, you're evil. Because you're ruining your kid forever. Of course, I'm ruining my kid because apparently he doesn't know twins can come from only one body. But, and I haven't watched Bravo all the time. But, I'm just saying. You know, she got so offended that Vicky was like, oh, I'm not good enough to be their mother, but now I'm supposed to be a tougher parent and like put rules on her. She skipped school. Like, of course we let her homeschool. No, she skipped school because she had a car and the means to do it. She didn't have to climb the fence and walk to the friggin' bus stop like the rest of us. I mean, it was like the vice principal was always picking us up at the bus stop because it was right there in front of the school. It was bad. Sucked.
Yeah, I think you overspoiled her.
You think? Well, I mean, she hasn't. She's only been married 5 seconds.
4 months.
Woohoo. The girl's 17 years old. She's probably like, dude, your marriage will be over probably before I graduate. Because Jimmy's a dick.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
In the next episode, it looks like it.
Well, he's looked like it in every episode he's been on.
Yeah.
I just love it. I love it, though, because I can't stand Megan. So I kind of like
You never
Jimmy.
did.
No, I know. That's why I kind of like Jimmy being a dick. Because it's like, yeah. But I want us to spend time together. Don't hold your breath. Even your husband doesn't want to be with you. He's got to fly half the country away just to go to work. Because, you know, there's no television reporting jobs in L.A. He's got to go all the way to friggin' St. Louis. Because, you know, Missouri is a hotbed for television producing. Yeah, that's a match. I don't know. What did you think about Tamra telling Heather and Megan about their drunken First of all, they were drunk, and people talk shit when they're drunk.
Yeah.
It doesn't always make sense. 90% of the time, it doesn't even mean anything, but people talk shit when they're drunk. A. B. The next day, Tamra went snorkeling. I don't know how she dragged her hungover ass to go snorkel. Well, she didn't. She sat on the boat. She didn't go snorkeling. But, of course, while other people were in the water, she had to be all, I just want you to know, the girls were talking about you last night. They were saying how Heather shouldn't have been friends with both Jimmy's last wife and you. Like, okay, Vicky and Shannon wouldn't even have known Heather was friends with both if not for Tamra telling them. So who's the one who brought it up?
Tamra.
Like, she didn't bother to mention that. She didn't bother to say, I'm so sorry, I brought it up, and it kind of started this thing, and, like, it was kind of a bad thing, but, no, she had to go tell Heather, well, you know, Shannon was saying you broke girl code. Well, I'm kind of thinking you broke girl code first by tweet, just like she did last season. And, of course, when fucking Heather and Vicky and Tamara are in the bathroom talking shit as usual, and dumbass Megan's like, what are they doing in the bathroom? Like, it doesn't take that many people to poo. Like, oh my God. I mean, what did she think they were doing in there? Like, painting their toenails? Like, they were talking, as women do in the bathroom. And Shannon was just like, look, that's what happens. Tamara does this a lot. I mean, she's done it to all of us. You learn to accept it and move on or not. She's a shit stirrer. And then, of course, Megan's like, Tamara, just so you know, they were all saying you're a shit stirrer. And I loved her apology. The non-apology.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was wrong, and I'm big enough to admit it. And then her little cutaway, because I'm big enough to admit it, unlike some people, I can say it so that we can all move on. Which is another way of saying I totally didn't mean it, but I can say it so I can rub it in your face that you didn't apologize. Unlike other people who just say, dude, I'm not sorry. So kiss my ass. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I can't stand her. I hope they don't bring her back next season. Seriously. Well, I mean, she probably
maybe she's going to end up like Lizzie.
I don't think she'll be in the OC, that long. I mean, what happens if Jimmy leaves her? She's kind of going to be living in a cardboard box, and it's difficult to film in there. I mean, it's not like she had a lot of money selling medical stuff.
Yeah, no.
Not enough to live in the OC, that's for damn sure.
Yep.
I mean, she owed a medical supply company, owned it, then, maybe. But she was just like a salesman showing her boobies so that people would buy, like, stethoscopes or whatever.
Okay, it's about stethoscopes.
Well, that's what she used to sell before Jimmy whisked her away to Neverland.
And then...
Left her there. I mean, that's what he did. Oh, I love you too. Oh, look at the time. I gotta go. I'll be back so we can have sex, in 3 weeks. I mean, I don't know. He basically he's paying for a babysitter for his teenager. That's it.
No, it's a free babysitter.
Well, he's got to put up with Megan when he is in town. I'd say that's payment enough.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not like she's cheap to keep around. She don't have any of her own money. See, she's charging everything that she's wearing, that stupid headband thing. She probably paid a few $100 for that ugly ass thing. Ugh.
Yeah, that was...
You would have hated it. Mother Funder's Robin was wearing some bizarre head embellishment thing, too. I hope that's not some trend they're trying to start. Because, no. I can't even, put barrettes in my hair. I can't stand it. So, it's not happening.
Yeah, good thing I did a lot of Mythbusters this week.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't watch it anyway. You hate that show.
Yay, it's over.
Yeah. That was only 8 episodes. You couldn't even make it through 8 episodes.
Halfway, I was done with it.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
Well.
Didn't really suck until Robin quit. Then it started sucking.
Yeah. But that was only 2 episodes ago. You only had to stomach it for 2 more episodes.
I still hate that show.
So passionate about I hate that show. But I don't know. They're finally coming home from Maria, another vacation that seemed to last a long time.
It's like they find nothing else to do, so they send them away for 5 weeks.
Yeah. But do you think Vicky was really sick in the bathroom when they were hungover? Heather came in because she somehow is the ship's captain for this vacation. Okay, everybody wake up. This is how I wake up my kids. Time to get out of bed. Come on. We're going scuba diving, even though everyone's hungover, and there's nothing worse in the world than scuba diving when you're hungover. And Vicky was like, get out of my room. I don't want to go. And then she went in the bathroom, and all they heard was her barfing. Do you think she was really barfing? Or was that her standing at the door going, "Blah!" so that they would leave and then she wouldn't have to go? Because let me say, she and Shannon went to the beach. She didn't look like she'd been chucking all morning.
Yeah, she faked it.
I think so. I think it was a fake barf. Just like she does all the time. She fake snores, fake barfs.
What?
That was a weird laugh. You're very strange. Not letting you watch Ink Master anymore. It gets you riled up for the whole week. I didn't really understand what you were so upset about. I didn't think this.
That beardy guy!
This is happening all week. This is what I'm saying. Let me tell you, late at night, I'll go outside and I'll have my cigarette and my coffee and a book. And it's like
dogs.
My break time. I don't want children. I don't want husband. I don't want nobody talking to me. So when Daniel comes storming out of the house, bitching for 90 minutes straight, I'm like, really? Are you done? Like, take a breath. Take a breath. It's okay. Like, you do know. He goes, it's like court. It's like they go to court. What? And I'm like, yeah, because they're like, dude, your tattoos suck. Now you're going to jail. Like, what the hell? He was like, not even making any sense, but he was so upset. He just had to bitch about it forever. So at 2 a.m. when I saw that the guy he was most bitching about was the one that got sent home, I'm like, oh, I am so not telling Dan. I hate that show. I want to watch the other tattoo show. This tattoo show sucks. He was like, I mean, you would think like he was personally invested in like who was gonna win the show. Like, you know, it was gonna be his money on the line or his body being tattooed. He was so sad. So literally every day since all you have to do is mention St. Mark. And he's like, oh my God, St. Mark, that guy's a jerk. I'm gonna kill that guy, or, you know, I'll just hope he gets off the show. So what tattoo show sucks?
That one show.
That one show. He was hoping for another outburst of masters. Don't do it. Never. Why do they only have 3 judges? I never agree with those judges. Why don't they ever have the audience vote? I would totally vote for the other tattoo. They always pick a stupid tattoo. Like literally 90 minutes straight. And Daniel doesn't usually speak that much out loud. So it was kind of funny. I'm sorry, I just love the outburst. Oh, I love it. Oh my God, I'm gonna get a cramp. He's not even on the show anymore, so you don't have to worry about it.
About that beardy guy, though.
Well, the guy is a judge. You can't get rid of him. He's been on the show since its creation, so for all you know, he's probably a producer. They never get rid of the producer peoples. Damn it. It's like that. I told you about Southern Charm?
No.
They're coming back.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Season 3. That dumbass guy, I can't stand on it.
But he's the producer.
He is! God damn it!
Why does the producer have to be on his own show, though?
I know, they should make a rule. They should make a rule. Like, don't let the stupid producer people on the show, because then you never get rid of them!
Or unless, like, you know, they lose so many views for that show that...
Well, then the show just goes off the air.
I hope it does.
Well, I'm kind of shocked that the guy, Thomas, who ran for Senate or whatever the hell it was, he's on it again. Like, he didn't learn the last 2 times.
That's a bail.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And
everybody bail!
His baby mama is on there. I don't want to call her his girlfriend because I don't think they're together anymore. I hope she gets together with the other guy.
What other guy?
I don't remember their names now. It's been a few weeks.
Well,
yeah, the guy who's a loafer, who's like a lawyer, but not really a lawyer because he never really took the bar. He's kind of cute. Not Shep. Shep's the blonde guy. The other guy. The brunette one. He's cute. I like him. But she should totally get with him. They did on the beach once, or maybe twice. It was a little shady on whether or not they got together the second time. And they said all we did was pass out and fall asleep. Yeah, right, whatever. Believe that. Pass out, were you naked? Come on now. The films are okay, sorry. I don't know what I have to use a different word than shady, and that's hard on my wine-soaked vocabulary.
Dark.
Yeah, I still can't remember that guy's. No, I don't remember his name. It's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to look it up later when my phone's not charging. Damn it. Anywho, so flipping out. You only got to see a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think actually we're a week behind. I think we watched last week's episode this week, and we only watched a little bit of the new episode.
Yeah, because the new episode was on when I went to bed.
Yeah. Because it's hard, because it was only on last night, so he didn't get a chance to, watch it on demand.
No. Flipping Out was on at 9. At 10 was San Francisco.
Right. Did you watch the new one? No, you were watching Inkman. No, that wasn't last night.
Yeah, that was Tuesday.
What,
Inkmaster was Tuesday.
Because okay, now I'm going to be all... Yeah,
where's Andrew?
Andrew's gone. He's hopefully living his life in splendor and grandioseness.
I thought you read an article once that Joe was fired.
He was. That's not Andrew, though. Shady asked, where was Andrew? Yeah, Joe was fired.
But why is he still on the show?
Okay, that was last week's episode. We just saw an article this week saying, bye-bye, Joe. So that means,
No, it wasn't this week. It was, 5 weeks ago.
Dude, the freaking show wasn't even on the air 5 weeks ago. Andrew was fired. Is that who you're talking about, Andrew? Joe just got fired. Bye-bye, Joe.
I can't remember now.
See, you spend so much time getting mad about Ink Master. It wipes everything else out of mind. Say Mark!
Hopefully the show will be a little bit better.
I might deem to watch it next Tuesday. Well, last week was when they moved to their new location. The house that they've been renovating all season to be their new office/home area.
Right.
Hello? Do you understand what that
Yes!
is? Okay.
I said yeah!
Yeah, but you totally had a... Yeah?
That's because I'm trying to remember this week's episode. Can't remember.
I'm telling you, all he has in his mind is the Ink Master. It's stuck there like glue. But no, it was last week they moved into their new house. And
How are you flipping out?
News.
Good. I said flipping out.
I read an article.
Great.
They found a surrogate. It's not Jenny.
Why? Jenny should be.
I know, but I think she wants to have another one of her own. I think that's why.
Oh.
Her eggs take precedence, I guess. But I feel bad, man. It's going to take a serious person to be able to put up with Jeff. Because he's already in the article, it was with TV Guide or something. I don't remember. I read it online. And he was already well, I don't, because they were asking him, you're a bit of a control freak. So
he's always been like that.
Yes, I know. But let me finish the question from the interviewer. So the interviewer was you're a bit of a control freak, and you can't really control what the surrogate does, and you can't really control what a child does. So how do you think you're going to handle that? And he's well, I've learned that I can't control everything, and I have mellowed out, which he has. I totally go with that. But I have made suggestions. For instance, I would prefer this list of foods that she eat. I would prefer that she doesn't boink her husband past a certain stage of the present pregnancy. Like, who can say that? Sorry, okay, time's up. You can't have sex with your husband for the next 4 weeks. His reason was, I don't want my baby seeing that. I mean, what does he think? Like, the baby's at the cervix? Like,
I will press so fast I can't
battery
do
and
that.
something.
You guys need to change something.
Oh, battery. I don't know. I didn't hear it. But like, what is he? The baby's in like the cervix, like a telescope. Like, ooh, whoa, what the hell's coming in there? Like, that's not how it works, Jeff. I know he may not be super hip on the whole female anatomy, but
Or she. Oh, wait, what? Oh, you're talking about Jeff. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the baby.
Say what now? Oh, no, Jeff. Wow. I'm like, but what? Just what? I don't understand it. But yeah, that was Princess Leia. The puppy is dreaming and making really weird sounds.
You think?
Oh, in my lap. But yeah, it was. I take healthy class yet, Daniel. Yeah, I was saying because Jeff isn't heterosexual, so he does not get to view female anatomy quite as often as a non-married heterosexual might. So because he likes boy parts, not girl parts. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you do, but whatever.
No, I do.
Okay. So, anywho, last show we watched was Caitlin. Well, we watched that first because that's on Sundays too. But
yeah,
I am Kate.
Yeah,
they were wrapping up their San Francisco trip. Honestly, it seemed like her paid friends totally got it. Like, they're paid. I don't know. They're like paid to be on the show. I don't know. I didn't get to see as much. Like, I totally thought we'd get to see a lot more of the actual gay community in San Francisco, like the gay and transgendered community. Like, they went to these activists' office, but we saw it for like 15 seconds. Like,
motorcycle.
What?
They did a motorcycle thingy.
Right. What? Was it a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Oh no, okay, yeah, not at the that wasn't I'm thinking in the office. I'm like, there was a motorcycle in the office?
Oh.
Why would they have a motorcycle in the office? That doesn't really make any sense. Was there an auction? Like, I don't get it. I'm like, God, did I go to the bathroom? Like, no, they went and rode dirt bikes, which totally didn't have anything to do with the activist's office. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I did love that Caitlin was just like bitching about the because the dirt. This was supposed to be like a dirt bikers for girls camp thing. I don't know. I don't know what those are, but so you can pay only if you're girls or just like them to go on these dirt bikes for a day. And I love that, like, you know, because Caitlin has always loved doing all those kinds of outdoorsy things. I wouldn't ride the dirt bike. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know, but wouldn't you be doing the same thing with a regular motorcycle, dirt bike academy school thing?
Well, yeah, but I think all it is that most dirt bike academies are probably heavily guy focused, and this one's like, the JJ might get a little bumped up. I don't know. I'm not really sure what makes it a girls' camp versus a boys' camp, other than boys aren't allowed. I think that's the only thing. Okay, Princess, you gotta move. You're killing me. I gotta move my leg. I don't think, but I found it funny that the funniest part of the day was when they were all done and they were like, okay, you guys did a great job. And Caitlin was like, let me just tell you, we've hated you all day for your hair. It cracks me up because like my first impression was like, wow, Caitlin's totally letting his feminine side out. You know, when you start noticing people's hair, even at like dirt bike events, then you're totally like girling it up. And then I thought about it a minute. I'm like, dude, nobody I know, no woman I know would give a shit. Like, I don't hang out with those kind of glamorous people, I guess. But, like, the last thing I would notice is her hair. I probably would notice that she's skinny and I hated her, but not her hair. I don't notice those kinds of things. I just find that funny. I don't know. If they're heading home now. What did you think about her? I don't know if I don't really understand her relationship with the chick who works for her. The one who was like, Caitlin, we used to be so close. Remember, she was crying to the other transgender, I forget her name, Jen, the professor one. And remember they went outside and she was like, it just seems like Caitlin has all of you now and she doesn't have time for me. And the last 2 years it was us and this and that. And the professor was like, listen, Caitlin's in this happy bubble right now of like, I'm free and I'm living it and I'm living large. And she sometimes, people sometimes forget they're friends when they're doing that and they don't mean to, it just happens. But I don't really get the relationship between Caitlin and her friend or employee. Are they friends? Are they supposed to be like besties? I thought she was just an employee, like a personal assistant. And we don't really... You're friendly with your personal assistant, but you don't really, you share a lot with, people share a lot with a personal assistant because a personal assistant is there every single day and, goes on trips with you and does everything with you. But that doesn't make them a real friend. They're employed. So you're paying them to be there. So I guess I'm confused.
Well, in a sense, it might be...
Well, yeah, most people end up some people like Taylor Swift, I think, hired her best friend, and some people do that. Some stars will hire siblings or best friends to be their personal assistant because they trust them not to try to sell secrets or anything or spy on them or judge them or anything. And let's face it, if you're a real chick, you need somebody. You're not going to see Jennifer Aniston going out to buy her own tampons. Pretty sure she has a personal assistant for that. So I don't know. The way the friend or the employee was sounding was like they were so besties and so close and, I just don't feel like Caitlin loves me anymore and all that bullshit. And then, at first, when they first started the season, I thought maybe Caitlin and her had a possible romantic thing happening. Cause I don't know, I got that vibe. Did you? Would you even notice it if you did?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Because instead Daniel's going, what are they wearing? Why are those shoes like that? That looks really uncomfortable. I don't know. I think it was... I love the show anyway, but I'm very confused about the relationship between Caitlin and her employee. I don't know if it's her personal assistant, her shopper, her dress person. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm confused. Not that it matters to anyone in the world. Obviously, it doesn't matter to Daniel because he's zoned out and is scratching the dog's belly. Because that's all he cares about. That and Ink Master.
Ah!
I'm wondering when that's not going to happen anymore. Deep breaths are help. They help. I think we talked about everything this week, though.
No more Ink Master.
Well, we'll still watch it. You don't have to talk about it. But I only talked about it this time because you were so mad. You just was hysterical because you've never reacted that way in any of the shows where we've watched millions of reality shows and episodes and fights and things where I'm like, I gotta leave the room. I can't even take this bitch anymore. And Daniel never cares. It's like he'll watch the whole thing, but oh, Mom, you missed this part. And then he'll tell me what it was. He never gets that emotionally invested. So when he's the one storming out of the house and for 2 hours screaming at the top of his lungs about it, I'm like, wow, finally found an episode that Daniel's gonna talk about. I think it's funny. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's not funny.
It was pretty funny, I gotta say. It was pretty funny.
The alligator team should not have won.
I understand. But it wasn't a color challenge. It was a texture challenge. The texture was good. That's why the alligator team won. Didn't have anything to do with whether or not there was the right color. So bad. I'm sorry. I feel that you're upset, and I understand that you're upset, and I acknowledge it, and I still find it really funny. I'm sorry, you have something to talk to your therapist about. All right, enough of this. I'm going to go drink my wine. I think we talked about everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So for the superior world of reality discussion, this has been Mazel Mash. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Daniel.
See you next week. Cheers.